Hello YouTubers and welcome back to the channel. It's Travis. Happy to see you here. This is going to be our last AFR draft. It's best of 3 traditional draft on MTG Arena. And I think this one is a good way to say goodbye to the format. I got to try out some cards that I don't often play, but also got to draft an archetype that I suppose you could say I'm somewhat familiar with. So I hope you'll enjoy today's draft and that you'll stay tuned. We will have the Midnight Hunt set review and the first Midnight Hunt drafts coming your way very soon. Enjoy! Well, how about that? Our last draft was a 3-0 with a Hand of Vecna. I'm not opposed to having another 3-0 with a Hand of Vecna. It's frontal sinusitis, you say. What can I do about it? Other than stop mowing the lawn. Because it's a little bit uncomfortable. I don't dig it. I think that's the pick here. I could sort of respect some other cards. And I know a lot of people are saying this is bad, and it's the end of the format, and I don't really need to change anybody's mind, especially those of you that have been watching, because you just watched me 3-0 with this card. But this is still a very good quality first pick. Oh, so some Advil would help. I'll get some Advil when we go to tea time. Okay, see, here's the thing. There's a correct pick in this pack, and I don't think I'm going to take it. Gently tap on your forehead. I feel like that's being trolled. Just so you can watch me tap on my forehead. Yeah, Criddle's the correct pick. I don't think that's what I'm going to take here. I want the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer. Because I know what I want to do. I don't think I'm going to get to do it, but there is something I haven't done in this set yet. Yup. Jacques knows where I'm at. I haven't milled anybody out yet. It'd be fun to see if I could pull that off. I can't really build that deck. Because here's another dang Druid class, which is probably better. Yeah, I'll shift gears if we happen to see Atasha's, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. Now there's a Warlock class. That's a real card. Thief plus hand equals scoop. I mean, basically anything plus hand equals scoop, right? I'll probably end up blue-black and lose because I don't have the Criddle. What the heck? There's a long rest. So what you're saying is, if we did get Atasha's, we could get it back with the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer and the long rest. Huh. So I'm basically all in on Tasha's now. I think it's a really good idea to draft around a specific rare that you don't have yet. That seems like a really good idea to me, and definitely something I'd encourage you guys to do. You should definitely do that. I wouldn't be doing stuff like this, except it's towards the end of a format, and we may as well try and have a little bit of fun. So I'm kind of going to force blue. in a format where it's pretty obviously the worst color. I may not play this hand. Where we're going, we don't need no hands. We need a Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and that's it. That's all we need. That's fun, right? People like that. It seems kind of bad. Let's try it out. And I could still move this into a reasonable deck. I just haven't yet. I have a dream. And I'm going to see if we can pull it off. None of this does anything. Yeah, so that's a start. Like, we can recurse split the party a couple times, but it's not very good. It's not nearly good enough. We're not going to win any games doing that. So we could take Orcus and try to make that work and probably get a better deck. Is that the world I want to be living in? It's like we have this fun thing we were looking to do, and then this just better thing came along. Because the bold player would take Intrepid Outlander and just stick to this plan. I'm feeling bold. I don't have to take the best card in the pack. I can do what I want. You're not my real dad. Okay, so finally, we actually got something we could be doing to try to win a game. It's not quite what we wanted, but we can work with this. I think we are past thinking we're a Hand of Vegna deck. We're not going to be aggressive enough to do that. Raptors Gate, that's great news, dude. Congrats. Well, I tell you what we need. It's a paying gig. Y'all spam some sim champs for Raptors Gate. That's good news. I know you were really excited about that, dude. Congratulations, my friend. Seems a bit early to be taking a Cursed Idol, but I want one, so I'm going to take it. I'm going to want one of these and one of those and one of these. But the first Evolving Wilds is a big deal in a deck that's looking to do triple green, and I'm still planning on getting Atasha's. Thanks, Gandalf. I hope you really enjoy it, Raptors Gate, and it doesn't sound like it could be much worse. So there's that. I'm probably playing that. That's fine. Hey, a removal spell. What is this? Okay, these are playable. We got one more pack to find Atasha's. If I don't find one, we might be in danger. I'm fighting the table for blue, which is funny. I suppose I could play these bullets if I have to. That I can get behind. I don't have any threes. We can untap the deck of many things with it. There's some potential here. I don't need 2 cursed idols, but I could play with another one potentially. Infinite bullet. There's still the possibility that we get a Tasha's Hideous Laughter and just do what I wanted to do anyway. That'd be swell. You can kill people with a thief. I guess that's fine. And there's another 2 if we need it. So we're going to have a playable deck. The question is, how silly is it going to be? We could splash the Sphere of Annihilation pretty easily. But it's kind of a nombo with some of our stuff. Because I kind of just want the Outlander. Maybe the Basilisk too. We don't have a Basilisk yet, and I'd like one. I've also passed 2 Bags of Holding, which I kind of want. Let's take the Outlander. It's a solid blocker. Sure, I'll take a creature land. These things are great. There's another piece of fixin' which could lead to a heck of a splash in an 18-land deck if I get past literally anything I would want to splash. And I think we're okay on playables. Like, I don't need Meet in a Tavern for this deck. I don't think I'm desperate for 3s. So, okay. Let's be very open to a splash here. Now, Instrument of the Bards could find me any creature I wanted. The problem is I don't think this deck actually wants it. I think we just set ourselves up to splash this PWK, and I may as well just do that. None of this does anything. We've got a ton of green junk in here we can play, though. Do not need more card draw, but there's nothing else here for us. We managed to not draft the same deck that I usually draft. It's a bit clunkier, but this has some potential. I like what's happening here. I can play 2 Conjurers. We're going to untap the heck out of this thing. I'm glad you liked it, Zach. I think it could be good and limited, and I'm appreciative that Jim and crew are trying to get preview cards to people that are cards they would be interested in, right? Like, I don't want to spoil a Mythic Planeswalker. I don't know what the hell to do with that. Just pick it and put it in your deck. It's probably fine. I think we already have a Bard. Yeah, and 500 bullets. I can't imagine a world where I want to come to a river more often, but... I was a looter that flashes back into a flying looter. So it's a 3-2 for 3 that you play and it loots. You can see it on my Twitter or in the VOD from yesterday. But it's a 3-2 for 3 in blue. When you play it, you loot. And then you can flash it back for 5 mana, and it's a 2-1 flyer that loots when it attacks. Like, the card's just, like, solid limited value card. Oh, I always do that. We slow roll them. Like, that's a big day. I wanted that Basilisk, and we got that Basilisk. So, that's not so bad. Another medium 3. It's fine. I think it actually did help tapping on my head a little bit. But I'm glad you liked it, Zach. So I think I want to play 18 lands, so I've got room for 2 more cards. Our creature count's a little low, so I think we can at least play a bullet. I might be okay with 2 of them. I could also consider a Warlock class, which is a powerful card. Like, since I'm already splashing the black, the Warlock class doesn't seem that big of a stretch. Our card advantage package is deck of many things and long rest, so I kind of don't need a lot of what it's offering. I think my best bet may be Herb, which is not a wonderful card. But what it's potentially able to do for us here is let us get crap out of our hand fast, which is pretty important with deck of many things. And if we happen to have a land heavy draw, which we're going to have some of those with 18 lands, if we happen to have that, we can spew them out quickly. Like the Druid class and the Herbalist let us potentially empty our hands quickly. So I think I dig that. This would also put us in a position where we really only need the 1 swamp. So the rest of our mana base can be pretty good. Because I think from here we could just do 7/7. And that would leave us a little bit more green. That one's kind of pretty. I can dig this. I can definitely dig this. Must be tough to be so rich, Adam. I have not yet rolled a 20 with the deck of many things. Are you going to do a YouTube series on how to be able to just stream and leave your job behind? I probably could now, because I've actually got to the point where I'm successful enough that it makes sense for me to do this. The challenge is I was streaming for about a year when I shouldn't have been. And I am very, very lucky that SimWife put up with my crap. Because I think I had my head entirely up my butt during that year. And it's kind of embarrassing to think back to it, but I think I should have given up on the dream, but somehow I made it out the other side. But that might be a useful YouTube series, because I could write about or tell people how to do it and how not to do it. Would people be interested in that, you think, Davis? You would be? I don't often do this, but I think it's the right call here. Because I need to hit a land, and I need spells in the graveyard. It's like, perfect, we can do that. What's up, Shaw? Well, that's a whole different scenario. You're talking about how to get viewers in chat. I'm happy to talk to you about it. What do you stream? And what's the idea for your stream? Let's talk some. You stream Magic. Okay. Are you good at the game? Are you entertaining? Are you teaching people how to play? What's your deal? Are you funny? Because like if it's legitimately how bad you are at it, if you can be comedic while you're doing it, that could be hilarious and people might be interested in watching it. Have you gone back and watched your own stream? Have you ever sat down and watched an hour of yourself streaming? If you haven't done that, you have to go do that. We can start there. I want to see him spend the mana to equip the Null Hunter before I fight it, because that's just getting wrecked. That can be part of it, but I still think there's an aspect of like your stream, I think, should focus on something. Like, why are people watching you? Right? Why do you think people would be watching you? Is it because you're good? Because you're entertaining? Like, there needs to be a reason that people would want to watch your stream. If you can identify what that reason is and then work on that, I think you can get better. So mine is because I'm teaching people how to play it. I don't think I'm particularly entertaining. There's probably some people who think I'm maybe a little entertaining, but that's not really what I'm doing. My stream is a teaching stream. The idea is you come to this stream. I don't even want it. Yeah, it's fine. What are they going to do? But like the idea is you come to this stream to learn how to draft. That's what I can do for you. That is my special power. Yeah, that's fair. I'm probably background asthma for some people too. I've had a few people say that my voice has a calming effect on them. But like, if you think about it, be the best, be entertaining, teach, or be attractive. Those are some things people have said. For me, I like watching some streamers who play shooty games. So sometimes I'll watch Shroud because he's incredibly good. And sometimes I'll watch Choco Taco, who is also pretty dang good. But he's also very good at explaining why he's doing what he's doing. Right? But I think a lot of people are here because they want to learn to get better. And because they appreciate the atmosphere I've built. I've been very careful to cultivate a community where hopefully everybody feels accepted and welcome. Unless there's someone who wouldn't welcome or accept anybody, in which case they can GTFO, right? We can have a conversation about why you're wrong. That's funny. Atmosphere and learning. Good. That's what my stream is built on. Are they just mono green? I can't really sideboard a whole lot in this deck unless we want to bring in like more 3-drops if we think we need them. But I don't. This looks interesting at least. I gotta get a new pair of these glasses. Like, they broke on the side. And I think the blue light blocking is actually pretty handy. I think they're pretty good. Not used to getting that part off there. Atmosphere of knowledge, background noise. Okay, I can dig it. I mean, if more people that are watching would share why they're watching, that would probably help Davis get an idea of why people watch streams, and then potentially help them do the thing with the stuff. We do have a bunch of 2-3s. Just here waiting for the hot tub stream. Valid, valid. I want the treasure token just in case we draw our black removal spell. We'll just leave it sitting there for a while. Waiting for the EFT stream. I don't think anybody else would watch it, bud. If I stream anything that's not Magic, nobody watches, which is good. I like Magic, but I can't play other. I can play other games. I just can't stream them. Yeah, I think that may be a good thing that I moved to simpler music like this, because I don't think most people would be offended by pretty chill chip tunes. But I like bluegrass and metal on my own, and some people don't like those musical styles. Oh, thank you, Liar Guy. I appreciate you guys and gals that are sharing this. Now, does this bounce 2 things if they have 3? Rounded up. It looks like it does. This isn't really that good, but I guess I'll still do it. Because they're just going to have the same board state next turn. Thank you, Track. I like limited more than constructed. Good reason. Yeah, so that's why people are watching me. And you can start to think about, why would people watch you? What can you give them? And once you have that figured out, you can start sort of building your product. Yeah, it probably was. I wasn't thinking about it, Darmist, but yeah, I should have bounced both of the 1-3s. You're awful, Lore. I still do feel like the biggest thing is, why would someone watch you, right? You've got to have a reason. All right, I guess we just keep going. Neat. I like that. Ryan, thank you for the raid. I hope your stream went well. Those of you that like what I do, you would probably like what Ryan does. Give him a follow. It's a good show. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing too, Dom, is you need to be having fun streaming if you're looking to transition it into a job first. What's up, Timber? Yeah, we're kind of doing something a little bit memey here. It's a little off what I normally go for, and I'm playing some cards I don't normally play, which kind of makes me happy. I basically drafted this deck with the idea that I'm going to get past Atasha's Laughter, and then I didn't. So instead, we're recurring Split the Party, doing Deck of Many Things, and maybe recurring a Power Word Kill for funsies. Not too bad. If you stress over that, it'll show. People won't want to watch you. You need to be enjoying it to make a career out of it. I enjoy streaming so much that if for some reason everybody stopped subscribing and donating and Patreoning and everything, and Brittany was like, you're kicked off Degenerate Gaming, and KYT's like, I don't want your videos anymore, and Stream Raiders is like, you can't buy the stuff. It's like, think about it. Those are my revenue streams. I have to have all of those up and going to make a job out of it. But if all of that went away and there was no money in it, I'd still stream a draft or two every week. Like, I just like it. I'm happy doing it. Not what I want to do, but sometimes what you have to do. Not really looking for that. I've already got a bounce spell. That's a good idea. I do think a series about, hey, here's how you could, like, transition from your job into full-time streaming is something people might like, but I don't know that I'm the best person to make it. I'm a person that could make it, but maybe not the best. I don't mind having the Basilisk in play too. Means next turn I can swing both and have the bullet, which is pretty neat. You don't usually get to see bullets this big doing bullet things. I might just bounce. It's probably good enough to just attack next turn and get the trigger right. Could bounce him and chonk him here. But I kind of still just dig this. Not that I could do a whole lot with a 1/1, but it's better than nothing. Oh, I know Fujimon. He's the one that he built one of the first overlays for MTG Arena.
Into the fray.
Oh, dude. Not cool.
Reinforcements will come back.
I'm in danger. Yeah, I should probably check out that podcast.
My army ever grows.
I've got a feeling I might like it. I roll. Thank you.
Get in formation.
Yuck. Everything was going fine until they played the Planeswalker, yo. John can post a link if he wants to. Only mods can post links in my stream, and that's nothing against you, David. Twitch is terrible. Subscribers can always post links in my Discord to share things with the community. But this sounds like something I have no problem promoting. And this game sounds like something I have no chance of winning. Yeah, I would not say this is great for us. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Why wouldn't you have that too? Seems good.
Rain hellfire on them.
Hellfire has been rained upon me, and I'm pretty sure we're just dead. Good grief. I was just trying to have some fun. They appear not to have really any in the interaction. I'm trying to decide if I need something like Hand of Vecna to try to get them, because if they land that Planeswalker, I don't know what I do. I lose, as evidenced by the game we just saw. I still argue that equipment was worse for the game, in my opinion, than Planeswalkers. Because at least Planeswalkers are pretty dang rare to pop it to play against in Limited. Don't really need the Cursed Idol. I could trim that and bring in another creature, which I think could be good for us. Or potentially bring in the hand, which is... It's probably the right call. It's just kind of at odds with the deck of many things. Because one is saying play out your hand and one is saying hold it. I can work with this. Have a good one, Bruce. Those treasure tokens are pretty important to their deck, so I'm fairly happy to counter that. So the Kenny Rogers deck? Explain. Elaborate. So right now I could get 2 things back, which I think I'd be relatively happy about. I could get 3 things back. No, I could only get 2 things. I'm really only ever getting 2 things with it. Because of the wonderful things he does. I shouldn't really be attacking here, should I? I should just take the 2 cards and move along with my life. I could get the Evolving Wilds too. Why not do that? Oh, because I don't have the mana to do that. Because I can get Basilisk and then my choice of one of these. No, I don't have enough mana to get back 3 this turn. We're just building a bad divination. I don't mind sitting on the counterspell for a while. Oh, with the treasure from Venture. Okay. I can sort of see that. That makes some sense. Hand versus deck. Okay, I see it. I can get behind a dike. I mean, it's good ROM. Got to trade with something. It might have been better to wait till next turn and play the land out. Just so I can get this trigger. I think I probably should have done that. Don't care about that. Okay, fine. Our artifacts are going to be difficult for us to play, period. All right, you got me. We knew they had the Dritz coming, but they'd have been a card deeper anyway. Let's roll a 20. Okay. I guess we'll do that. I guess they didn't. Neat. We did it. We rolled a 20. Have never done it before, but now we have. Feels good, man. Feels good. I have an artifact deck, and they're playing 3 Plundering Barbarians. So I think we might want to just take the Hand of Vecna out, because I have a feeling that's not going to work very well against what they're doing. Another 2/3 looks mighty nice. I did get the creature that could win me the game. It was nice. It was nice. And we got to use a counterspell to counter their Planeswalker that they knew we had. That felt good too. Because I suspect they thought it just said counter target creature spell and didn't bother reading it. But it does say creature or Planeswalker. This doesn't, sadly. We haven't seen any tricks, so we've kind of got to play around everything in the format. Bull Strength being the most obvious, Pair of Goblins being a little less obvious, but still potentially something that could get us. I think we've got enough life total that I don't have to be terrified here. Like, whatever trick they've got, they can use one trick and get in some damage. And then we're safe adjacent. Do they have another one? I'm dead if they have another one. So I can't pretend that they have another one. Okay, just a Dragon's Fire. That's fine. Well, it's not fine. I feel like we're doing okay now. Nope. Chonk! Hey Semulin, how come you have not been bored of AFR? Almost every other streamer complains how stale it is by now. Not sure if you answered this question before. I mean, I'm ready for the next format, but I don't think AFR was terrible. I suspect you're just watching other streamers that don't like Limited as much as I do, which is fine. But, I mean, it's the current set. I'll draft it till it's gone. I'm certainly ready for a new set. Yeah, that's probably the other big one, is I just don't like Cube. So a lot of the other players could be like, oh, I'll go play Cube. I like Cube. And I like Cube, but I like AFR better than Cube. There's some sets I didn't like better than Cube. Strixhaven was one of them. So I did a lot of Cube drafts when I could when Strixhaven was out. Not streaming at all tomorrow. No gameplay, no streaming, nothing tomorrow. It's my anniversary with SimWife, so we will be more or less radio silent, as I'm going to spend that day with her. So I came to win magic and eat chips, and I got plenty of chips. That's not how you're supposed to say that, is it? I do have some chips, though. Well, I'm gonna have some chips. I brought some for you too. Here, have one. Okay. I like what's happening here. I probably still have to pop this. I didn't want to pop it first. We did green on that, right? That's what I meant to do. Yeah, so I can get black with this. I wanted to give myself more time to draw more lands. Get a rope. Thank you for that, Elgie. Roar! They've got some sort of, like, it's day or night mechanic in the new set. That's interesting. I think I'd read that they originally wanted to do that for Innistrad, but were worried it was too complicated. Oh, so that's what you were talking about. If they errata the old werewolves, they would be incredibly strong. Fair enough. So can it be day for you and not for me? We don't really know what they're up to. I didn't expect this deck to do that well, but apparently we can just draft whatever the heck we want and have fun. Oh, okay. Like we could in the previous set. That makes sense. I begin to understand. I have not found 50 foot of ropes to be particularly good. So if you want to get your werewolves flipped, you can get your werewolves flipped. Can I flip them back? Then it hasn't fundamentally changed, has it? That's weird. I'm glad Arena's going to track all that for me. Because I would never remember it. We got a brew, yo. I don't even know what this does. So if they take damage on their turn, then they get stuff and things. Interesting. I would like that very much. I assumed this was on blue, but it's not. It's on black. My bad. My bad. Tippity tappity. I'm probably ruin Magic forever, right? I don't think they know what that does. But then they decided maybe they did. I should be attacking with the 1-2 as well. Somewhat obviously. We're getting there. I'll take it. They're going to get a zombie. They did it. Now you're playing with power. Well, there you go. That was a fun little draft. We did something a little different. Well, did I though? I just draft green-blue and used slightly different cards than I normally would. But I was ready to try Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and I have to get points for that, right? Like, I was ready to try it. A big thank you to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support for the work we're doing here on YouTube. If you'd like to become a patron as well, there's a link below. You can see your name up here in lights, as well as get some other cool perks and rewards. Thank you very much for your support. Looking forward to bringing you some Midnight Hunt content very soon.